travel. I'm not really sure what it is about leaving the proximity of where I lead my day-to-day life that results in me treating it like an absolute free-for-all, and all of a sudden I have goal amnesia, but it does. I would love to liken it to the same thing as like an astronaut blasting off into space and all of a sudden they're just looking back on the Earth from this view window of a spaceship, and every single little petty problem that they had on Earth just vanishes because they're literally not on the planet anymore. You know, like the physical distance just made the ability to care just out of range. Like all of a sudden it's not there anymore, and it like illuminates the things that really matter. But that's a little too poetic. I'm not an astronaut. I'm not in space. I'm going to Texas. That is not that far away. It's definitely still in the realm of humanity. But I'm gonna be heading to Texas with my mom, my aunt, and my grandma to take care of some family business. I don't really know how much I'm gonna end up sharing with that, or also how much they're gonna be on camera or not, because all of them are not too fond of it. Also, I'm not entirely sure how much I push the copyright infringement envelope each time I put the entire Sesame Street crew in my videos. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go. But I thought it would be a really interesting video idea to try my best, not be an absolute gluttonous heathen the second I leave my town, and actually try to steer toward like leading a healthy lifestyle while traveling and like having some of those goals still in place. But I would love to prove to myself that I can still accomplish things while traveling, because in reality, I would love to start traveling more. So that is what this video is. Let's go. I'm gonna occasionally pop on here throughout this video to narrate what's going on for the sake of comprehension, so just letting you know. We're making our way to Sulphur Springs, Texas, which is where my great-grandmother lived. We had a connecting flight as well as a 1-hour drive once we landed to get there, so this day was completely filled with travel.
I'll make sure to put my bag on there.
And here's my grandma being very concerned that they weren't gonna load her suitcase, so she's watching them like a hawk. So adorable. But the first thing I did differently on this trip was I passed on the airplane snacks. I usually partake in a cranberry juice, the pretzels, and the cookies, but that alone is a meal's worth of calories, and I don't really like it or want it. It's just the fact that it's for free, and also everything feels fancier when you're flying. And by the way, I'm also going to count pushing my grandma across the Dallas airport in a wheelchair while also carrying my bags as my workout for this day, because if you haven't been to the Dallas airport, it is big, like everything in Texas. And we only had an hour between flights, and corralling all these ladies and their multiple bathroom breaks was trying, let me just say. But it's cool because we arrived at our gate with about 20 minutes to spare, and I ended up seeing this wrap thing that looked relatively healthy, so I got one, and it had red pepper hummus in it. It was kind of soggy and not that great, but you know, whatever. It held me till dinner. Hotel room tour. It looked like hell. We're gonna ignore that. I don't know how to tell if this is a two-way mirror. I guess the fact that we can see directly behind the mirror tells us that it's not a two-way mirror. Closet with an ironing board. No one ever uses an ironing board. Elmo's bed. My bed. This little desk. Here's a fridge tour. I bought some whole cashews, this avocado, don't know why, pickles, ranch dressing to dip tomatoes in, grapes. We were headed to dinner and the moon looked insane. Usually when the moon is really big like that, it doesn't really translate on camera for some reason, but this time it did, so I thought I would share. We had Mexican food for dinner and I got chicken fajitas. They were pretty good, despite there being a shit ton of onions. You can't even see the chicken, but trust me, there's some there. It's just underneath it all. Sorry if you can hear a bunch of background noise. My mom is watching Alaskan Bush People and simultaneously videos on her phone at the same time at max volume. But I am sitting here in front of this mirror plucking my eyebrows because this mirror has really good lighting, even though my phone is not really picking up the good lighting. But my face looks like absolute garbage because I've been picking it for like 30 minutes now. Just thought I would update you. Okay, so here we are doing something that no one in the history of the world has ever done. Use a hotel gym. The gym's not too bad. We got an exercise bike, we got an elliptical, we got some hot Cheetos on the floor, 2 treadmills, medicine balls, rack of weights, bench. What is this called? A functional trainer. Actually feels really good to work out on vacation. I feel like extra accomplished. Like even though it was just like a quick 30-minute workout, but still. The hotel actually had a pretty wide selection for their continental breakfast. They had eggs, hash browns, sausage, biscuits and gravy, waffles, a bunch of pastries and cereal, but nothing that was too healthy. So I just ate some scrambled eggs, half of my avocado, a banana, and some Earl Grey tea. I'm sick of all these Alaskan bush people all day. Alaskan bush people for the last 48 hours. We thieved some apple and peanut butter from the breakfast bar for a snack. Traveling is being like squirrels.
Snakes and everything else. I can't believe that people went in there.
Why wouldn't it be safe?
I just told you.
Just because of animals?
Well, it's been years. There's probably snakes and animals and who knows, squatters could have been in there.
Well, that'd be the same as like walking through a field. You don't want to go inside and see?
I do, but it's not even, somebody else owns that land now. It's not,
So it's a little bit
it
illegal.
You shouldn't be in there.
It sounds more funner than going to a milk museum.
So we came to Texas because my mom has been wanting for a very long time to mark the 3 babies' graves. One is her little brother who died like real quickly after birth. Another is her cousin who died at 6 months old. The third one was another cousin, or maybe her uncle. He was around 5 to 6, and his brother was shooting at cans, and he decided to like run out and put the cans back up, and he ended up getting shot by accident. All 3 of the babies' graves have no marker saying who they are. They were very poor coming up when my mother was young. They had no money, so the babies are buried in a row in a small cemetery in Texas, and we bought stones for them, but they're not gonna be here yet before we have to leave. They're on order, but they're back order. So she brought some metal crosses. We're gonna put those there for now, and then when the stones come in, the people that own the cemetery are gonna place them. And they were very happy because they knew there were babies there, but they didn't know who they were. And now they'll have their names and their birth dates, and
Yeah, no, the grave will finally be marked.
Yeah. My grandmother is from here also, and her house was here. We used to visit every other summer, and so it's kind of sentimental for me too, just being back in the area. So we wanted to bring my mom back and get those babies what they deserve on their graves and reminisce a little bit. It's going to be kind of sad, but it's nice to be here once again.
Cemeteries don't bother me too much. They actually make me feel really calm and peaceful, and this one was really old and had tombstones that were weathered and interesting to look at. But when we got to the gravesite, we noticed that someone had already put up some granite stones with initials.
Actually, there's pieces of granite here. I was thinking she put a brick here.
Which was a surprise because the last thing my grandma remembered being there was some little red house bricks that my great-grandma painted to mark the graves, but definitely nothing this fancy. So we had a little bit of a mystery on our hands. And then my grandma pointed out something that looked like a clump of grass left over from a lawnmower and told us that it was fire ants. And my aunt didn't believe her, so she proceeded to kick off the top and the swarm revealed itself. So that's how our trip to the cemetery ended.
It's just when we have ant piles, it's like you see them. And I kept looking at them, there's nothing there.
It looked like a piece
But
of dirt.
you see them.
And you're still standing by them.
Yeah, take a picture of the fire
They go down deep when it starts getting cold or wet.
It's almost like they just had a little umbrella of dirt on top of them.
I'm not really sure how to transition from the cemetery to the snack I ate, so here's a train. A transition train, if you will. Yeah, I ate some cashews. But next we decided to visit my great-grandma's old house that's completely dilapidated. I actually remember going here when I was little, so it was a bit strange to see in such a state of despair. We did end up getting permission to go on the land, not necessarily to go inside, but still, not illegal. Careful, Graham, you gotta go down lower. Here, I'll hold it up. Go ahead.
Go much lower.
Don't. Yeah, okay. Got it. Okay, be careful. Do you need me to, for stability?
It's locked.
They locked it now?
It's locked.
Yes, she tried to door.
Yes.
Grandma.
You think they would at least mow this place?
Oh, you could go in this way.
Oh my gosh, is it open?
Yep.
You gotta be probably call the cops.
You better be careful you don't fall through.
Yeah, don't be falling through the floor.
Okay.
She didn't hear she's going.
They cleared everything.
But there's probably mold and everything else in here. Mom, come out of there.
It doesn't feel right, Graham. The floor.
Come out of there, Mom.
There's a lot of water damage.
2x4 right here.
No, it's not that. It's like there's mold and everything else in here.
Yeah, this isn't safe. And the floor, when I stepped in, it felt like,
It's spongy.
yeah, it's spongy.
Spongy.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of water damage.
Mom, come on. know I sound like your mom.
Thanks, Graham. From there, we moved on to a little bit less dangerous activities. We hit up this pizza spot and I got my signature artichoke heart and pineapple pizza with a side salad. And then we walked around downtown, went in a bunch of different little shops. I do not like Christmas. We came across these glass bathrooms. On the outside, it's mirrored and you can't see in, but if you go inside, you can see absolutely everything around you. The ladies got a kick out of this, and you know, they love a bathroom anyway, regardless if there's a gimmick or not. So we ended up staying there for quite a while as everyone took turns using it. There was a giant chessboard that I thought was really cool. Then we came across a local coffee place and I got a green tea latte. And this next clip's a little bit random, but my grandma accidentally threw away a pair of scissors that she had, so that's what's happening now.
Let's go to the dollar store and buy him another pair.
I don't want another pair.
That's why.
There's a door on there.
Grandma!
What is wrong with you? It's a dollar pair of scissors, and I saw it in purple.
Oh my gosh, she's all up in there.
You are nasty. Go wash your hands.
Like Winnie the Pooh to Honey Pot.
I have some sanitizer to use.
What is she spraying? That's Windex.
Can somebody get hold of her?
Help her!
Put her in the car. Somebody get her and put her in the car.
Yeah. Somebody leave her alone. Did you?
Yeah.
It wasn't nice. You're calling me Winnie the Pooh. You're gonna have to help
Well,
her.
you
She's
just
too
went
short.
head first into it.
She's too short.
Over a 99-cent pair of scissors.
They were $2.
And they have a lid. I have the lid.
We don't have the lid and we have the
There's no
lid.
trash in there except for our crap.
Yeah, that's the only thing that was in there is our junk.
And someone's heroin needle.
No.
We tried to go to this dairy museum, but it had already closed for the day. We came thousands of miles to see your finest dairy museum. That's the moneymaker right there, those big cows.
I know.
Girls will come from all around the world to take Instagram pictures with those giant bovines. We took pictures in front of these giant cows. Nothing to see here, just a couple of heifers. I ran toward my mom screaming just a couple of cows. I don't know why, but it was funny. Then for dinner, I wanted to try Whataburger. It's kind of one of those burger places that's hyped up, you know, the same way In-N-Out is. So I was very curious and I was like, I gotta know. And it did not live up to the hype. Oh, there's mustard on it.
Is that a bad thing on your burger?
Mm-hmm. It tastes like Sonic. Anything else? Yeah, it's not like...
Nothing spectacular.
No. Oh, these look like little baby feet. What's going on? Got my duck shoes on. We're going swimming. Got a waterproof case on my phone. Gonna get those cool shots. Oh my God, it's freezing. Look how crazy it looks. Oh my God, it's so... Update case is not waterproof. Not waterproof. I know, it was $90.
90?
Yeah. Here we are, day 3. I am getting ready to go meet my mom and my aunt and my grandma downstairs for breakfast. I don't know if I'll eat anything. I'm kind of like over the continental breakfast experience. I don't really want scrambled eggs. I don't know, I was just so tired last night. When I got done swimming, I went straight to bed and I just could not wake up this morning. So that's why I'm late meeting them. Dead to the world. Dead to the world. Need to grab my room key with this little gummy child on it. I used to be that gummy when I was a young lass, cutting teeth. It's an odd choice. Odd choice for a room key. I did in fact partake in the continental breakfast. I had an Earl Grey tea, a banana, and half a bagel with cream cheese smear. Oh, I could just die. The only thing that's pushing me on is the possibility of going to Beauty and Wigs today.
Oh my god, I already forgot about that.
Beauty and Wigs! Beauty and
I
Wigs!
was thinking you were gonna say the Dairy Museum.
No. Dairy Museum is trash. Beauty and Wigs. It's all about Beauty and Wigs. No.
Everything over there to that other thing.
My wigs! Since Beauty and Wigs was closed, we decided to go back to the Dairy Museum when it was open, and we got roped into watching this milk video.
How was your field trip to the dairy farm, Allie? It was great. We learned all about milk cows and dairy products. A cow we were introduced to in Trinity is called Claw. Even though the name doesn't sound like it, Claw doesn't hurt the cow at all.
That was a lot of milk propaganda. And also because I was subjected to these scary mannequins, I am as well going to bequeath them upon you. Dairy Queens. Then we went to a sushi and seafood place for lunch. I didn't eat too much of my salad because they put way too much dressing on it. But the roll I got was absolutely amazing. So delicious. By far, I think probably the best thing that I ate on this trip. And then we went to this place called Brahms and we got some ice cream. And this by far was my most regrettable thing that I ate this trip, just because it didn't really taste that good and I ended up eating it anyway. Gotta walk off that ice cream cone now at Imagination Mountain. You can't see that says Imagination Mountain, but trust me, it does. Because you have to use your imagination to make it fun. Okay, well, there's this tube in the ground that's supposed to be a slide. Do we dare? Do we dare? What do you think the likelihood of a black widow being in there would be?
It's probably very high. Ooh, there's a spider right there. Yeah.
According to Kathy, chances are pretty good.
Oh, I'm getting bit by something. Oh my god, ants! Ah! Ow! I don't know.
I told you don't mess around here. There's bugs and things that hurt you.
She bit me right there.
Was it an ant or a spider?
Ant?
Did you see it?
Yeah, because I was
Oh, they're in your shoe. Yep. You probably stepped in one of them damn nests.
well, I'm glad I didn't slap my ass through that slide. Just a wee little shanty.
I see them.
Grandma don't care.
I'm not scared of spider webs.
Grandma's adventurous. We came across this lake, pond, I don't really know what it was, but there were millions of turtles. Like, you look across and you see all of their little heads poking up, and they would come by the dock and they would like pop up and they would be cute. But that was really exciting for me, seeing that many turtles. So here is that content that you didn't ask for. And then for dinner, we went to this Italian food place, and the food was also really good. I had this pasta dish that I had never had before. There is pasta and chicken on this plate. It's just below all of these vegetables. And instead of a sauce, it was kind of in some kind of maybe like a gravy. I don't know. It was really good though. Okay, so today is a travel day home. I'm headed to the hotel gym right now because I figure I'm gonna be sitting on my butt for most of the day. So I might as well get something in right now, even if it's just a little something. I think while I'm here and I have stuff that I don't have in my home gym, I'm gonna do stuff that I don't have in my home gym. So maybe I'll do a little bit of exercise bike action along with some arms in tandem, because we only have like 30 minutes before we have to start getting ready. We are back at home. Our plane actually got in last night, but I got a touch of motion sickness on that last plane, so I did not feel like vlogging when I got home. So here we are next day. I'm feeling refreshed, recharged, and ready to just hit the ground running and start accomplishing things again. Travel always does that to me. It just puts things in perspective and really motivates me after I get back. So love that about her. I had an amazing time with the ladies. They're absolutely crazy and I love them. My family is so cool. My grandma especially, she's like a little rascal. She's 81 years old and the woman just goes. She makes up her mind about something and she's there, and I really admire that about her. I mean, did you see her slapping her little crazy ass all around that dilapidated house with the mold and the floor that was not stable? I only hope to be that eccentric when I am 81 years old. I think we're gonna start doing a yearly girls trip, and hopefully my cousin will be able to come along the next time. But it was kind of one of those things, like, you know how people are like, let's do lunch, and then lunch never happens. You know, it might be those vibes, but hopefully we actually do it because I really enjoyed this trip. And I don't get to spend a whole lot of time with my aunt and my grandma. But I digress. I did weigh in this morning, so I'll go ahead and pop those numbers on the screen right now. As you can see, we were just shy of losing 1 whole pound this week. And you know what? I'm not mad at it. I will take it. Considering the last trip I took to Maine, I gained 8 pounds when I came back from that trip. Yeah, so major improvement. And that 1 pound is awesome because I wasn't super strict. I didn't stick to like a rigorous diet. I didn't track anything. I definitely indulged a couple of times. We threw a couple of little sneaky workouts in there, you know, nothing too strenuous. It was really easy, actually. We just kind of compromised sometimes on, like, you know, maybe I don't really need some airplane snack. Maybe we go to the grocery store, get a couple of things to snack on later and not hit up the vending machine, you know, like little things like that. And I lost weight this week, eating out the entire week. So I'm actually really proud of myself. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and I hope you're having a wonderful day and I will see you on the next one. Bye!